Alright guys, so this is the first time I've considered ever trying to do a react to a roadmap kind of thing, but I think there's a lot of important topics in here that I just kind of want to talk about. So going down, there is a 33-minute video I haven't watched yet. I'll probably watch it after this, but I just kind of want to put this out first. So first off, we have the August update. As we know, it's going to be Aeromancer and a con, but what we didn't know is we are getting the Chaos Dungeon and the Guardian rate improvements, which is great. I don't know about you guys, but my Guardians have been arrested for a month or so at least. I just haven't felt like doing them, and I'm so happy that we are getting it along with the new Guardian, so I don't have to do Son of Valor or whatever the hell it is twice a day. My friend is already talking about if you should be resting his characters or not. The reason why is the growth drops and the big drops that come out of Chaos Dungeon. If you're watching this, you probably do know, because you probably watch a lot of Korean streamers, but they have these drops that happen in Chaos Dungeon and in Guardian raids that have a RNG drop of like card packs, a lot of gold. I think the highest reporting was like 50k gold. There might even be more. Me personally, I'll probably still run my Slayer and Artist just because they're still Leapstone gated. Like in guaranteed profit, you're definitely losing out by resting, but I don't know, I might just want to save some time and rest some of them. And as a side note, in KR, Guardians are currently resting at half a bar a day still, so you still have a lot of time to get rested, and then a lot less Guardians to do if you just do it rested. Oh, and increased card stuff, I don't know. I wish they would confirm that card pack 2 is going to be a thing on like things like Adventure Island, but I think cards are still going to be a bigger problem for newer players. But overall, this is a huge W to just saving a lot of time. This is what we've been asking for. This is what the community asked for. This is what NA has been asking for, and we got it in a really good time, unlike the balance patch, which is just coming alongside of it, if I recall right. Then in September, they're adding the Jumpstart servers. This is similar to BDO, how they have their new player servers, if I recall right. One for each region. New players can just go on it. People can go on it. I don't know if you can just switch on and off it, and then it kicks you out at a certain item level. At first, it seemed like a weird choice because, you know, it's still split up by East, West, and all that kind of stuff. So we already had matchmaking to cover playing throughout those, but this will help players do things like event islands and stuff like that and get island souls and work on all that lower stuff where there's only like a few people trying to do that in a normal server. So after giving it some thought, I think this is actually a pretty good W for newer players and people trying to get in, which I've always advocated that that is a good thing for people. This is something that we need to focus on, because if you want to keep the game alive, new players is mandatory. Now we are getting Bozo's Jar, which we'll see how that goes. I don't know how they're going to change it, how they're going to change the rates. I was hoping that we would be able to just straight up buy legendary outfits, to be honest, because I do want the skins and I just don't really care about the Bozo Jar mechanic, but we'll have to see how this works out. Maybe it's pretty decent. What does excite me though is that they say that you can overlay, and something KR has that we haven't had yet is the ability to craft and wear wearable skins of the old leveling material of all those old armor sets that we never see. I'm hoping we get that because there was a lot of gems back then. My memory is pretty awful, but I'm pretty sure I liked actually a lot of the tier 1 and tier 2 armor sets, and then some of the leveling ones as well. The Effect Report, yeah, Prime Island, a BR Island, probably be pretty fun. And of course an Arc Pass. October is pretty relaxed, Plessia, and then Trial Guardian. I really don't care about Trial Guardians. Now November, this is a exciting thing and something I didn't expect them to do. First off, yes, Soul Eater, but it's not just that Soul Eater is coming out in November. It's the fact that if we just scroll down a little more, Voldus, Voldike, Voldus, whatever you want to call it, it's in December. We actually got the class before we got the content, which is something that we just never get it. Destroyer came out with Vulcan, and they talked about how we wanted Destroyer for Vulcan because destruction or whatever he brings to the party, that's what their choice was, but they launched him with it, which was whack as shit. And here we are coming up to August where we're going to be getting Aeromancer and a con at the same time. So now Soul Eaters at least have a little bit of prep time to just not rush and like just level up and gear up and get it to the raid in the same day you make it. So again, that is just a big W and a big thing that just looking forward and hoping that they keep up with doing things like this, because simultaneously releasing a raid and a class just felt like they weren't paying attention. They didn't give a shit, and it was really annoying. And then covering up the rest, Ivory Tower, the dungeon, and then elixirs, which is all great, good stuff. Nothing more to really say on that. Oh, and Arc Pass. So yeah, big dubs all around. I read this and then I wanted to make this video because it's just a lot of positive things going on, a lot of good things, and a lot of trends that I hope they keep going that will help the game. Because yes, this game is on a decline, but I still think it's savable, and I just really like Lost Ark. But I'm not the type of person who can just white knight a game and say it's great when there are problems. I've talked about problems. I've talked about these kind of things that needs to be fixed to help the player base. And I think those new player servers will help a lot with the catch up, because it is increased materials and stuff like that. But also players are able to, as long as we get a lot of new players, they're going to be able to experience the game slightly more akin to how us people who started out playing the game at launch. Because playing a game at launch is the best experience. It's the optimal experience. People are learning together, and people aren't, I guess the best word is min-maxing the fun out of it, even though I don't quite agree with all that sometimes. For a lot of people, min-maxing and just being efficient is part of the fun, but it's almost like other players don't allow other players to have fun the way they want to, which if you have a bunch of new players, people are going to be a lot more willing, a lot more accepting, and just out to have some fun. The only thing I didn't see, and I'm hoping that they're going to mention, is that they haven't talked about the upgraded and relic class accessory drops. I think that would really be a great thing to add. That's something KR has, and I hope we get it. So yeah, overall, this is a great roadmap. I just wanted to talk about it, and that's really about it. Let me know what you think about it. What would you like to still see? I can already bet that, you know, everybody's in shambles and just raging that Soul Eater isn't coming sooner, but it is what it is, man. That's it for this video. I'll catch you guys next time.